Good morning. Um, I got to shower. Well, actually, I got to do my exercise yet, and I got to shower and all that stuff. So I'm not going to be spending like an enormous amount of time doing this streaming this morning. But we're going to get right to the point on here. We're going to talk about forgiveness, and there are some things that you just can't forgive, and you certainly cannot forget. Now, our friend out there seems to think that by running a campaign through his jail cell through his girlfriend of saying he's going to do this and he's going to do that when he's in no position to do this and he's in no position to do that either. Try to scare me from continuing my charges on him. Well, I'm going to inform everyone and him there is no forgiveness. There is not going to be any withdrawal of any charges against him. We're going all the way with this. I told you when I start something, I got to finish it. And as I said, as every part of a court sessions as go, there's always requiring arbitration. There's not going to be any arbitration at all, at least nothing that I'm going to agree with. There could have been a time that if he saw the error of his ways, that I'd go easy on the guy, but the kind of guy that he is, he can't stop shutting his mouth, about the nails on the coffin type shit. That's just who he is. He's never going to change. So I see no reason. I could have easily said, hey, nope, let's just let the deportation process take place. As long as he's not able to come back into the country, that's fantastic. I'd be good with that. I'd be good with that alone. But I'm at the point right now that that is not going to happen because, as you've been witnessing from his comments on his girlfriend's show or his show, and he's doing this from jail. I have informed immigration of what's going on with his usage of the phone. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, that may not be a continuance of his at this point, but I don't control anything. I can only inform immigration what's going on, of him putting out all these comments and everything on his show, and trying to beg for money on his show for profit. He's not even paying taxes on anything. But, we could go on and on with that. But the bottom line is that there is no mercy. Mercy's a river in France, I think. I don't know. There is no forgiveness on what he did. I told you guys, when I stick to something, I go with it all the way. And I have compassion. I have loads of compassion, but I cannot find any compassion in his case. Now he's trying to use his girlfriend, she makes all these little comments, I know that nobody likes Barry, but we as a family here, we love Barry. We love him. Yeah, there's a lot to love there. I could understand that. There's a lot to love. Yeah, yeah. What's not to love? What that's all about, I couldn't tell you. I don't know the dynamics of this family. I don't know the dynamics. So, why they're supporting her to be with this kind of a man is, well, we all know it's crazy, but they have their own reasons, I guess, just to support a family member. They know he's a bum. They know he's in jail. They know he has no future. So, you know, how do you question that with a family? It's hard because maybe he owes them money. I don't know. He probably owes everybody money. But what he's trying to do is a tactic now to try to scare me and for me to drop these charges. Well, I'm going to give a direct message to him. That's not going to happen. Okay, you're hearing it from me. That's not going to happen. And talking about doing a case against me and blah blah blah. Well, I hate to tell you this here, Frisbee, but when you got served at a warrant for the 5 counts, if you weren't represented by counsel and they did not put an affidavit in a response to that, you don't have a chance in hell. 10 days grace period is what's given for any representation to respond to this, and you have not done that. So, with that being said, no cases are being dropped, and he's spreading a rumor. Now, let me explain again why he's spreading a rumor that the case is going to be dismissed. Because he wants the viewers to think that he has a chance. Because this way, he'll get viewers to donate more money to him. I think you guys probably figured it out by now. He's trying to get people, the sympathy of people, and say, well, he has a chance. So now maybe they'll send me money. Well, a little late for that. Never responded to that arrest warrant or nothing. So, hello, Barangay Bob. Did not responded. So, it just goes to say that he doesn't have a chance in fucking hell. Unless there's something me and my attorney don't know about, but my attorney would know. I conferred with my attorney about, is there anything about a dismissal of his case? Is that even possible? I wrote him, and he wrote me back briefly and said, no, that's not going to happen. This is already going to the court level for an arraignment in the future. So there's no chance of that happening unless, something underhanded, and I won't go into detail, unless something underhanded took place. And I'm going to leave it at that. And that would be his only saving grace. Okay, so with that being said, if that's not the case, something underhanded going on with the legal system, of course, he would never do anything like that. He's in good character. He would never do anything like that. But that would be the only saving grace for him. Because as of this point, he's been officially served, admits it, and there you go. What's there to say about it? He's just going to have to face this case like a man, or try to act like a man, and face the charges and go with whatever the system provides for him, good or bad. That's just going to be it. Okay, he'll have no control of that. There's no begging for forgiveness for me. I don't give a shit about his relationship. I don't give a crap about it because I know it's bogus, and he's just hanging on to her with dear life because that's all he has. Is the support system of his present girlfriend, and that's it. Now, it's not that she's innocent herself because she's been doing shows on here, and she said that I called her a whore. Anybody ever hear me call her a whore while she's doing these shows? Anybody ever see any comments of me calling her a whore? Of course you didn't, because I never said that. So she's trying to get a little antsy with me, but she's got to understand something. I could have put her as whatever to justice. I could have put charges on her for abating and all that, a criminal, knowing that he was an overstayer. Okay, and I could have done that, and I didn't do that. She has to be happy with that. So my advice to her is to shut her fucking mouth and don't put more nails in her boyfriend's coffin, because that's what she's doing. By making her sister made a derogatory comment about my head in a gate. Okay, I took that and I copied it. I gave it to my lawyer for any records that he'll need to keep on anything to do with this case. I already turned that into him, and he does see that as a threat. And yes, it was interpreted, and I know exactly what the interpretation was. It was not meant in good faith. The interpretation of what she said. Okay, so they're there sitting in their fucking living room over there, knitting some fucking worthless 1.5 peso towels. Boy, that's a hard way to make a living. That's for damn sure. Good morning, Jiffy. That's a hard way to make a living. You need a whole lot of towels to come up with the money that this guy's going to need. Now, let's go through the list, paying his fines and penalties, lawyer fees, responding to whatever, the whole court process, litigation, everything. We're talking a lot of money here. No, I mean, we are talking a lot of money. Okay, where's that all coming from? And even if he had all that money, he's guilty as charged. I mean, the videos are in. We've all heard him, and so has the prosecutor's office. That's why they allowed this case. They heard his threats to me. That alone fucked him over. Then they heard all the defaming comments about a child molester and all this stuff. He did it all himself. That's it. He doesn't have a chance to snowball his chance in fucking hell. Yeah. What's that there? Barangay Bob? Trapos? Oh, that's the call. Sold by street kids. I know. Yeah. They are. I've seen them. I know. How desperate can you be to have to sit around and make this shit to make a living? I mean, but that's not my problem. It's their problem. I have all the money in the world that I need. All the money in the world that I need to proceed with this case or any other case. Money is not a problem with me as far as the legal cases are concerned. I've got the monetary backup to handle just about anything. But they better consider that. It's already cost me money, but I'm willing to spend a whole lot more. And I wouldn't be going broke anytime soon, I will tell you that. No time soon. I'll take whatever it costs to finish this case if needed more money. That's not the problem. That's not the issue. But even in his case, if he managed to raise some money, it's just not going to help his case. Number one, he's got to have a lawyer. Maybe that's what he's been saving his SSI, because he's getting his SSI. He lied to everybody. He's getting it. There's no reason why they would cut it off at this point. There is no reason. I looked it up. There is no reason. He's lying yet again. He can't stop lying, man. Fucking A, man. Jesus Christ. So if you think you're trying to scare me, Barry, you're not scaring me into dropping this case. I will tell you straight off. That ain't going to happen. We're going all the way with this because the damage has been done already. And I'm going to repair that damage with seeing your ass sit in jail for the longest possible time that the court can allow, that the system can allow, and then to get your sorry fucking ass out of this country and never be able to come back here again. Until that happens, I'm not going to be totally happy yet. Okay, I'm happy that you're rotting in fucking detention. I'm ecstatic about it. Okay, but you need to be in a better place. You need to be in Bickerton. If I could help it in any way, that's where you are going to be. There's no pulling back on this. There's not going to be any charges dropped. That's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. You got my word on that. Still, while you're in jail, you're still cocky. You haven't changed. And I just don't get it. Where his girlfriend is trying to make all these excuses for him. Oh, people make mistakes. Well, yes, you're right. People do make mistakes. But, how much could you forgive the guy for? It isn't like he fucked over one person, man. He fucked over every woman that he's ever been with. Not to mention business owners, bars, private people, both Filipino and foreigner. I mean, the list goes on and on. The damage, the tidal wave of damage that this guy caused to innocent people. And she's going to forgive him on all that. Why? Is this schlong that good? I mean, what the fuck, man? Seriously. Even so, if that was the case, I mean, come on. How could she support? And I know you guys are confounded. I mean, you're like scratching your heads. I know you are. Why is this woman with him? Why is she trying to defend him as much as she is? I know. I've been scratching my head on this one too. I could say a few things, but, I'm not going to say what I'd like to say, so I'll shut my mouth for legal purposes. But she has her own reasons why she's with him, and you could come to any evaluation on that you want. Okay? But when there's no future with somebody, you're wasting your time. Like I said, miracles, I don't think that's going to happen. The case is not being dropped. I've not heard of anything like that he's trying to put out to his viewers. I would be the first person to know this. Well, my lawyer would be the first person to know this. Okay, so I wrote my lawyer, and he says, no, there's nothing changing on there. And I also wrote to the courthouse, and I hope to hear from them today and get their opinion. He's trying to bait me into thinking that something's happening, but he's really trying to do is to get his donators to donate to him, thinking that, well, maybe he has a chance. And now that we know that he has a chance, they're thinking, because he said that, oh yeah, the case is going to be dropped, I'll be out of here next month. No, that's wishful thinking at best. You're not going to be out in a month. Try like 8 years, perhaps. Okay, Byron Guy Bob says, I've been following this guy. He has no good qualities. He's smug, and that smirk, he deserves all you're intending. Yes, I believe he does. Hey, look, guys, it's not like I don't have a heart, but this was not something you could walk away from. Okay, again, and I say this to you all the time, put yourself in my shoes, okay? You got a family, you got friends, whatever, okay? Somebody on public media, which could be seen literally by thousands of people around the world, could be by your peers, old friends, roommates, work pals, whatever, and somebody comes on social media and says that you're a child molester, that could ruin your whole job, your family, everything. I don't think you'd like it. I think you would do the same thing. Well, you might do worse, actually. But at the bottom line of it is that you would do exactly what I'm doing. You would want justice for the damage that they caused to you. Same as this other case that's got going on. It's not like I'm going around suing a bunch of people. That isn't the case, okay? If something was necessary to do, I'll do it again. I don't have a problem with that at all. You can't try to defame somebody's character and reputation. It is not acceptable in my books, and I don't think it's acceptable in your books. You know, you would do the same thing that I'm doing. And he's still smug. He's in detention and he's still smug. He's still smug, which proves this guy cannot change. And what miracles that his girlfriend is thinking that her boyfriend could change. She admitted it, that he gets in trouble. She admitted it. He made mistakes. She's thinking that some divine intervention is going to come through and change this guy's persona. And all of a sudden, his brain is going to change. He's going to become a good guy, a giving guy who doesn't go out and beg for money and use it for something else to drink, that he's not going to hurt her. She don't understand. It's a matter of time. Let's say that all this was not happening and he's still with her, right? It just would be a matter of time that that relationship will break up because he will continue to get into trouble and it may affect her in some way or another. And then that's it. He would definitely cheat on her. I have no doubt about that. I told you about the story that while he was dating Sheila, the last one, what happened with that? There was somebody on the side that found his Tinder site. And you know what Tinder is on Facebook? It's a dating application, whatever. And he was trying to get a date while he was seeing Sheila with this fictitious, whatever, Filipino. Well, she was real. The Filipino was real. But she really wasn't interested in him at all. She just wanted to see how far he'd go while he's in a relationship. Now, his girlfriend who's listening to this, he's got her so psyched that she believes everything he says. But she doesn't know his history. And presently, he's telling her about all his innocence, and she knows he's guilty. She absolutely knows he's guilty. Yeah. Is John Blaze on here? At John Blaze TV, isn't he just... No, he's got his own phone. Or hers. They might have, whatever. She's able to get on his show. Okay, and put a live stream together. He has use of the phone, but that might stop pretty soon, actually. I even told him that they're doing conjugal visits for the whole weekend. That's not allowed in there either. Yeah, and John Blaze, if he's posting on here, you're definitely not welcome. You're definitely not welcome. All you do is talk shit about me on your show, Larry. Go on with your fucking life. You got this bride now. Go enjoy your life. You're over there trying to get attention by posting, oh, what's happening with the BOGO event and all this shit. Get a fucking life, John Blaze, okay? Get a fucking life. Nobody cares about your small show. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody. And I do mean nobody. Nobody cares what you have to say on your show. You're just as bad as the other trolls. That's my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, I've heard a lot of bullshit going on the past several days on her show. Did anybody ever... I want to ask you guys... When did I ever call her a whore? I think I'm more intelligent than that when I got a case going with the hunchback. That I'm going to call her a whore? I mean, Barry does that stupid stuff on his show. I'm not going to do that here. I got a fucking case going on. Why would I? That's a blatant fucking lie. Try to get people against me. I have never called her or even insinuated that she's a whore. But she used that word. So as far as I'm concerned, that could be a case against her because I've never called her a whore. Never. And you guys listen to my show and you would know. I'm not that stupid to do that with a legal atmosphere going on at all. So there they go with the lies. Lies that I called her a whore. Lies that Barry says his case is being dismissed when it wasn't, that in a month he's going to get out of there. And then the lies went on. The lies don't stop. He will never change. He doesn't have the capacity to change. He really doesn't. Proven time and time again. He keeps on trying to get sympathy from his viewers. Poor me, poor me. Yeah, poor you, my ass. You pissed off a lot of other people too, Barry. Not just me. And how many other people did you call a child predator? You know who you called a child predator. You're not innocent. You never were innocent. And you are not innocent in this case. And never mind the waiting period it's going to take for you to get the court hearings. You got to consider it how long it's going to take till you're in jail until that happens. Number two, how stretched out, because the court system is crowded, till this whole case could go through. He could potentially be in there for 6 years, folks. 6 fucking years. Wrong Guy Bob says, interesting theory. Oh, Mike Ross is here too. Mike Ross, I have to agree. A pit-A at the bottom of the ladder jumps to the top even with the worst foreigner. What does that mean exactly? Maybe I'm dumb as the day is long. So explain that one. How is jumping to the top? I don't know. What that pertains to, I have no idea. But I'm going to ask that question again. Have I ever called his girlfriend a whore? That's an out-and-out, blatant, bold-faced lie, okay? Never. Then she's preaching that on her fucking show. I'm going to have both of them shut down if I can help it. He's not in a position to make comments on his show and to put his girlfriend on there in his place and make her comments. She wants to get involved with this case. I'll get her involved with this case. I'll tell my lawyer again, and this time I'll do it. If that's what she wants, that she was harboring a fucking criminal. And she was. Technically, she was. They will accept that. My lawyer already told me they will accept that. All I have to do is give him the go-ahead. If she wants to continue putting lies on her show, I will go forward with that. Money is not the issue when it comes to the legal system. She continues to put bullshit on her shows, well, I'll have to move forward with that. She should feel lucky that I did not go through with that like I originally planned. Okay, the chat is saying there's a recent upload with you calling her. I never called her a prostitute. Why don't you produce it? Where did I call her a prostitute? Ever. She used the word whore, by the way. Where did I ever call her a prostitute? You're full of shit. You're absolutely full of shit. I'm not that fucking stupid. Never called her a prostitute. You're mistaking somebody else or somebody's show. Never called her either one of those things. Never made any direct statement that she was a prostitute in any amount of words. Where are you getting that shit from? You going to listen to a troll? Produce it. They're good at copying my stuff. Produce it. Do a show on it where I came out and I called her a whore or a prostitute. Show it. Seeing is believing. Same as Barry's channel. She's going under his channel name. Excuse me a second. I've never said that. But if she wants to get ugly, I'll get ugly back. And you know I will. She knows I will. She better retract that statement. I'm going to give her 1 day, 24 hours. If she does not retract that statement, I will tell my lawyer to include her on a case. That she was harboring criminal. I don't think she'd want that in her family. I don't think she'd want that to happen. I'll give her 24 hours. I'm going to be fair about this. That's some mighty powerful words she said. I'll give her 24 hours to retract that statement. I want to be fair about this. What does he mean? Proof is her recent short on Real Talk channel. Proof of what? Proof of what? Did I call her a whore or a prostitute? Dude. There's a guy going around right now that was commenting on several channels under my name. And all you have to do is hit the icon and go to the About section on there. And you'll see whether that's my show or not. Ricky had a show and somebody came under there under my name. And they made a bunch of comments. And somebody did say, no, that's a copycat using my name. All you have to do is go under the About section and you'll know whether that's me or not. That solves the whole problem. Now, what they may have said under my name, that's a different story. But all you have to do, go to the About section. That's it. Well, send me a link. You may have saw my name on there. There's a guy going around right now who was on Ricky's show last night. And he was on another show and he was using my handle. But you have to prove that. Prove it was me. Because it wasn't. I never said that. Tell me which show it was. Which particular episode that she put on? Tell me where, and go recheck it, and go hit on my on the icon where it says the name of my channel and see what it comes up with. Well, show me it. Show me it. Give me a link to that or something. Show me where I said that. I would never directly call her a fucking prostitute or a whore. Yeah, Ken Unger says it himself. Yeah, we have an imposter out there. So, dear, if you're listening to the show, Shaw, understand something. I can't prevent someone from using my name. Now, I have more intelligence than your boyfriend. If I thought you were a whore or a prostitute, I'd probably say it, but actually I wouldn't. Because I'm smarter than your boyfriend. I'm not dumb as the day is long. Somebody can say anything they want under my handle. All you have to do, hit on the icon and see who it is. And if somebody did say that, it wasn't me. You'll have to prove that by every definition of proof in a court of law. You'd have to prove that. Concrete evidence that that is me. That's the bottom line. See, Ken Unger said it himself. He saw it himself. It was not Frank. Indeed, an imposter. Yeah, Ricky's show last night, the same person came on. Same person came on, was making comments as if it was me. So I had to respond and say that that's an imposter. And then what happened is somebody with a wrench took that guy off. That's exactly what happened last night on Ricky's show. Someone had a wrench and they took the guy off. Frank, it's a short posted yesterday called "You Did Call Me a Prostitute." Well, I'll have to go on my phone here. Well, it wasn't me. It was a copycat dude. It wasn't me. I wouldn't say that. I got more intelligence than that. Oh, you're talking about Ricky's shit now. No, we're not talking about Ricky's girlfriend. Ricky pays her for conjugal visits? That don't make any sense. That don't make any sense. That Ricky is going to pay Bummer's girlfriend for conjugal visits? That don't make any sense. She is on YouTube. She's on his show. She's doing his shows for him because he's in jail. Why would I tell Ricky? Well, you misconstrued what I said. Why would I tell Ricky to pay or have Ricky pay her for conjugal visits to Barry? That don't make any sense at all. None. In fact, don't make any sense whatsoever. Why would I say that? Well, everybody takes everything out of context on here anyway. There's nothing new about that. If it was new, I'd tell you. Okay, what did Steve say? I don't got Steve on here. He straightened out Barangay Bob, Steve. What did Steve say? Because I can't see him on here. I can't see Steve's comments. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. I'm just referring to my phone videos. Because if she said that I called her a prostitute and she posted that shit, that was bad news bears for her. Well, I'm not seeing it on here. Is it a short? Is it a live? What is it? I'm not seeing it on here. Well, I'm not seeing any entitlement of that show on here. Okay, I'm going under live on there. Enjoy life. Let's talk. Making rags in the Philippines. Real talk is going live. And let's see. What's this one here about? Okay, I need proof of the allegation. Solid proof. Yeah.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? And I hope you guys are good.
Oh, that's 5 months ago.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, you're doing real well, Barry. We see that. No, that was all. I don't see it on here. He did not call me prostitute, sir. Is the name of the short. Oh, it's a short. Okay, let's look at the shorts. Well, maybe because there's no titles on the shorts. I'll have to check that out. Let me look at the entitlements on this.
When he's able to
Got
go
it.
to America to get a start, but he's not going back to America for a long time. Then, of course, is rumored that, well, maybe he's paying you money to be in his life, to come over and do conjugal visits so he can get laid. That's all he fucking cares about.
Okay. Maybe he's paying you money to come over. I never said she was a prostitute or whore. I just heard that. First thing I heard when I went to that short. The first thing I heard. A boyfriend giving his girlfriend money for transportation to come over to get him food and whatnot. That's not saying I'm calling her a prostitute or a whore. I just listened to it.
Fucking laid. For him, for when he's able to go to America to get a start, but he's not going back to America for a long time. Then, of course, is rumored that, well, maybe he's paying you money to be in his life, to come over and do conjugal visits so he can get laid. That's all he fucking cares about, is getting fucking laid.
Well, that does not imply that she's a whore, and that does not imply that she's a prostitute. As a boyfriend, he's paying her money for her expenses to come there and be with him, bring him food, conjugal visits. Throw that shit out. There you go. I just heard it. Battaglia Bob said, these guys are yanking your chain. You never said the word prostitute or whore. No, I didn't. I just listened to it. And let's listen to it again. Whoops. I gotta go back here. Sorry about that. Let's listen to it again to be fair. Nowhere did I call her prostitute or whore. You got a guilty conscience or something, but nope. Never said that. Let's see. All right, you already heard it. I'm not gonna go back on here trying to find it again. Okay, it's been established I never called her a prostitute and I never called her a whore. You can make what you want out of that statement, unless you have a guilty conscience or something, then that's not my gig. All right.
99% of people
So we got that straightened out. See if people agree with me on that. Well, they don't have to agree with me. I know what I just said because I just listened to it. I never called her a prostitute, never called her a whore. Look, I have a lot more intelligence than that. What do you think got Barry into jail? His big mouth. Because he did live shows on camera saying the most harsh things in the world to me and other people. That's why he is where he's at. Yeah. I love the way his girlfriend is saying, well, everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, you're right. We all make mistakes in our life. That's a very true statement. But not when they're continual. I mean, dude, come on. Seriously. It's pretty radical shit. It's not something you can just forgive. Everybody makes mistakes. The thing is, man, she realizes everything he's done. He probably emphatically swears to her that he doesn't have a problem in that department of keeping of not telling a lie, and it's absolutely amazes me. I don't know. We got 32 in the house, folks. So what's up? Yeah, we had a great party last night. Two of the birthday people couldn't make it here, but we had two of them here that were the birthday people. And yeah, we had a fairly good amount of people that came over. And, honestly, it was the same food you get anywhere. Same food. Panyang's does catering and stuff like that. And there was certain stuff I could eat and there's certain stuff that I could not eat. So, of course, I got some beers from my neighbor. Sat there and drank a bunch of beers. Had a good conversation. Hey, what are you looking up on there? Oh, okay. Yeah, it went very well. Have leftovers. Yeah. So it turned out that I didn't videotape it because I just not want to put any more personal shit out with the family. I don't want to do that very often or not at all. Nevertheless, it turned out pretty well. Of course, they showed up when they were ready to show up. And we wanted to do this at 5 o'clock, but the caterers didn't come till almost 6. Then people started to show. Well, the neighbors came over, the first people. Then the others showed up. So it turned out pretty good. We got some key players that showed up over here too. Some key players. I'm not going to tell you what I mean by key players. So it was a good event. I had to go watch the last series on my show I was watching. There's a show called Virus. It's like an 8-part series. It was really good. I'd never seen it before. The government in a town called Prettyville. They were experimenting on these people. This big-ass pharmaceutical company came up with this stuff. They wanted to use the people in the town as guinea pigs. They pretty much locked them in there. Anyway, long story, but if I could make a suggestion to watch a movie, I think it's simply called Virus. It's on Netflix. Let's see. Oh, Battaglia Bob says, I went to Vikings last night at SM City. Yeah, we're going to be going there. Pretty good. Had some turkey and duck. Well, I don't eat lamb and duck, but if it's turkey is good, right gravy, it ain't too dry. I could eat that. I could definitely eat that. Yeah, probably next time that we go to Cebu. Okay. Okay. So we got to do that this month. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm glad you checked on that. Actually, we could go anytime and do that, Gilda. Just got somebody to watch the kids. That's all. Yeah, we're thinking about making another trip out there sometime this month, and we're going to hit the Vikings. We got other business to attend out there, but I want to hit the Vikings. I always hear people talking about Vikings.
I go in town. I buy some juices.
Hold on. I think I saw the Equalizer. There's not really much, unless you pay for some or something on there. I don't. I get my movies on my TV set I watch in the living room. I get my movies. There is not much new that I would be interested in watching. And sometimes I get tired, but if you do want to watch, if you're into war movies, I would suggest that movie, the series called Pacific. In Band of Brothers, it's better than any war movie that I have seen because it's pretty graphic and it gets right down to the nitty gritty of the war with the Japanese and what the men went through. There's gore in there, there's a lot of detailed stuff on how these guys were living under the worst conditions of rain and mud and being in a foxhole they couldn't drain the water. I mean, this I don't see it. I'd appreciate that if you did. I don't see on here. She'd have to check on her phone to see that. Okay, well, we appreciate it, and Gilda thanks you too. The common changer in my hand. Huh? No, she don't see nothing. No, she's not seeing no super. We're not seeing that either. Why would he send me any more soup on me these days? I even tried writing in person. I said, "What the hell is get into you? What do you have against me? Were you supporting Barry? Always talking about the BOGO case, man. You don't see nothing on there, John." First, you said Steve, and no, we don't. No, she looked at her phone. She doesn't. She's looking at it right now. It's lit up. That's okay. Oh, John sent what they call a super sticker at the very beginning. I would be able to see that. And I'm not seeing it. This thing says fan funding. That's super stickers, channel members. Sorry. But, okay. I don't always see things on here. Okay, well, if he did send me, he wants to send me anything but nevertheless, anybody who sends a super chat or anything, I will always thank them, no matter what the situation is, friend or foe. The fact that they send me an acknowledgement of a super chat or a super sticker, whatever, is appreciated either way. Okay, all right, I could just say thank you, Sorry, I don't see that. I didn't see that on her phone. I don't think. I'm highly doubting it. My own live show on my phone here. Live, I tell you, live. This is 25 watching. Okay, let's check it out. And let's go with it from there. I don't know. Well, one day all this shit's going to blow over, is what's going to come down to. And no, he sent it as a super sticker. Okay. I don't see it on mine either. But one day all this shit's going to blow over and accomplished. Okay. And just get it over with. I have no guilt complex at all, and I shouldn't have a guilt complex about putting this guy in jail. I don't have any guilt time in jail. And I have no problem with the end results of his thought before he did those shows, as it pertains to somebody else, too. There's no defense on there. You either broke the RA Republican Act code cybercrime issues, or you didn't. And if you did, face the reality of charges. Okay? And then it's kind of out of my hands at that point. Oh, sure, I could have told my attorney I'm not even sure if I wanted to say, hey, let's remove the 5 counts of cybercrime against this guy. Sure, I could do that if I wanted to deal. So, even if I was able to do that at the beginning of my show, he'll never change. Getting his girlfriend to lie for him, getting him to do shows for him, so he could put get everybody's sympathy, because you could send him more money. Oh, I'm not getting my SSI. He certainly fucking is. People already. Again, that Frank's case is being dismissed. Where? You think my lawyer's not? Rice says it's never going to blow over. It's over when the fat lady sings, and I can move on. But I can move on now. I have moved on in my own way, but let the court stands to a certain point. Because she's still making rude comments and lying to people and trying to bait me and trying to do exactly the opposite. I'm doing exactly the opposite. Yeah. What if the case got dismissed at the RTC? Does he go home without... No. No. And what about it? Susan Rice, which is probably not even a woman, race comment. Yeah. So what? What if she had 20 kids? What does it matter to you? Are you paying for them? What does it matter how many kids she has? God bless her. If her body could pop out, God bless her,
Maybe they want to help to raise for college.
Yeah, you want to help to raise for college funds, Susan Rice?
3 colleges.
3 colleges. You're that concerned about how many children? College fund? Barange Bob says others in his situation have gone home. Passport taken and fines to be paid later. Well, it's not going to work in his favor. You pay, says. That's true. But Barange Bob says others in his situation have gone home. Well, I got news for you. There's a guy that was downstairs from where he's staying right now in jail.
Yeah, they got bad,
and he wound up getting sent home. Not get sent. Work your way. Undesirable tags. Questionable? So you're thinking that he's not an undesirable in his country is what you're trying to say, Barangay Bob? Yeah, Barry thought that immigration fees do not apply to him. Well, he's special. Special ed, maybe, but he's special. A special sauce. He thinks the world owes him something. Nobody else. Barry thought it. Well, he's in for the ride of his life right now. But he's used to being here in jail over in Alabama, beating the shit out of his wife. And what does this girlfriend understand? Does she not understand? Here's the thing. If somebody is physical, its chances are that he's going to be physical again with another woman. Not see that? Does she not see that? That there is a possibility that could happen already for all we know. They're not going to talk about it. Could have. Barangay Bob says, not saying that he's 200% undesirable in my opinion, but he and others says it's not a thing. Well, it is a thing. It's a big thing. Putting a knife to a woman in a bar, threatening to cut my throat with a knife, the threats he made to me, Lester. Duh. Okay, so we got Barangay Bob on here. We got White Horse. We got Gogo Bobo's sister on here. Got rid of Susan Wright. And we did get some kind of donation, supposedly from John Blaze. That was it. Yeah. Barangay Bob says, we all seen the Bureau saying he's an undesirable. I know. But what about the situation? That's the question. What is she not understanding about the man that he, quote, relationship with? What does she not understand? Prove him. Even when the newspapers, every newspaper in the Philippines put it out with his picture and story of his arrest, okay? Her sister came on with a statement, this community page about that Barry is a nice man. Well, I don't know where the sister is. I really don't. Of the things that he has done, or just by to be protective. All right, you check that thing for me, and I'm okay on, I think. You might as well just buy one more for me. These people trying to fool themselves or what? psych themselves into an upstanding. Oh, okay. Okay. Trying to convince themselves, man. What lawyers? If he had any lawyers, what lawyers? My lawyer would be served with affidavit or something. I mean, what fucking lawyers does he have? Can't believe Ricky. Like you believe that he was given. Did he? Not. So don't be so gullible, man. Okay, Gogo Bobo's sister comes in lighting up the screen with another $2 here. Thank you very much. Gogo Bobo's done most of my shows. Thank you. I wish everybody was like that, but can't ever. But thank you to those who have donated. Mirrors, my friends. It's all smoke and mirrors. He thinks he's putting pressure on me to drop his case, but I already answered that question. Solved that delusion of his. Happened, brother. I heard. Who took her money? Go on with this while I. Speaking of Barry, I got to go out and have a smoke. By the way, believe that he quit smoking. How about a. Good. Do a poll. How many people believe it? And I'll be right back because I'm going to have a cigarette. How many people? Really? Come on. Hone on in on this. You see how quick that was? Would you believe I went out and had a cigarette already? I told you, man, I'm not a chain smoker. I take a couple of drags of a cigarette and I throw it away. Throw them in a can. How long have I been off to have a cigarette? I don't smoke like this guy. Bad enough to smoke, but I get a few drags of a cigarette, more of a nervous habit than anything, here and there. How long did that take? No shit, I'm not. Gogo Bush says, tell me another story, yeah. No, it's hard to believe that he stopped smoking. But as I saw Ricky's new hairstyle. Yeah, quit smoking, Jiffy Geechee says. It's more like... He is a good topic matter, I must admit it, because, we do have characters here on YouTube, and Lord knows we have characters on here on YouTube. Holy shit. We got characters on here, but they're all fucking insane, man. I mean, by the very definition of the word, insane. Seriously, it's not just, I'm not throwing out words, to see who catches it. Weird, man. One guy comes on his girlfriend's show and says, you're a marked man. Music marker? I'm a marked man. You'd be surprised, Eddie. Wonder whose extra sock account that was. Yeah. I got scars. I am marked. I'm already marked. I'm marked, yeah. Ricky looking a lot like Mo or Barney Rubble. Yeah, kind of. Chief Igichi says the Philippines YouTube community is like no other. I have to agree with you on that. I don't know. I really haven't examined many other communities on here, but I got to say, for this community, we have characters. My God, we got characters that are calling black people the N-word, and he hides behind his computer, won't show his face or real name. And Popeye's going wild with his little skits. He did it on me and Barry and Ricky, I guess, and whoever else. Just as guilty as anybody else on there. And, he let Al talks about killing people, fucking children, going after families. So what does that make Popeye? It makes Popeye just as Aloe is. You got some sick cookies out there. Can you picture Popeye? The Raha Booha thing with his military background, supposedly his Navy. And he rides his electric scooter. Can you picture him going to the park with his little bug-eyed dog he has there? And he's got all these American flags waving on his handlebars, and probably some music playing, some kind of a Navy theme or something. Can you picture that? And him going to bingo like that with his little electric scooter. I wish he'd do a skit on him. I wish somebody would do a skit on that. Now that I would love to see. If anybody's really creative out there, man, do a thing on Popeye. Okay, Raw Facts, you said did a Ricky Baranga Bob said Game Season 2. Popeyes he's definitely in his mid to late 60s or something around there. He's around there. He's 60 something. But I see he doesn't look too well for his age. Nor does Ed Lippett. I don't know. He's a year older than me or so. I'm not sure. He's not looking real well. And then you look at Uncle Jesse. Damn. Yeah. Some people just don't age very well. It's genetics, perhaps. Lifestyle, genetics, whatever it might be. Chief Igichi says, I hope he's wearing a captain's hat. If anyone makes that skit. I'm praying to anybody who has skills out that normally does this kind of shit on YouTube, that you be the best skit in the world. Popeye on his electric scooter with all the American flags waving and a little recording of some kind of a anthem or something, and his little dog following behind him, and him wearing some kind of old. That would be excellent. He looks Irish. Hard to tell with the actor. Doesn't always wear his teeth, and he kind of mumbles like he mumbles. You know that character on Jesus Christ, the Yellow Man, the incredible melt. Oh my God! If it's good to him going to diet or not, it might be helping him to lose a couple of pounds. Wrong way, of course, but we all know he's eating. Tell me he's on 40-something days without eating food. That's bullshit. It's all bullshit. To get people to follow him about his diet. Did he lose any weight? He did. I'm sure he did. But what he's losing was losing muscle protein. And that could incorporate a lot of... What happens when he starts eating again? First of all, he's at all, not that he ever did. But like crazy. He's going to be sagging. You can already see his face. Oh, accomplishments. Fuck, I accomplished more than most people on here. I don't have accomplishments. About my accomplishments. Publishes all this shit. According to him, he's a superhero, you know. Things that most men can't do. He can't do carpentry, obviously. Look what he's living in. I don't know, as I said, it's right here. Well, in his mind, there's this fictitious hotel that's going to be built. It's been 8 years now, I think. And, never even dug a foundation. But, you know, let him... he's living in a delusional world, guys. You got to understand that. The guy's not, as we would define as a society. And he's living a delusional life. Having his life. And if he didn't have YouTube... I mean, the dude... I gotta have a bowl of cereal or something here. The guy's living a delusional life. What does he have? If he didn't have his YouTube and anybody to talk to on the phone, I think he'd be hanging himself. He'd actually hang himself, seriously. He doesn't have anything. He's miserable. And he's talking to himself like these... I had to grab a bowl of cereal this morning. Okay, let me arrange this computer. Okay, let's see. Baranga Bob says his only accomplishments was spreading his legs and touching the floor. Yeah, he was very proud of that, wasn't he? Very proud of that. Well, it's just a law of physics, basically. If you got short legs, the shortest distance is fine. So if you forget, I meant the... Oh, yeah, absolutely. How about more thumbs up, folks? You did think. But... Bummer is, I don't know what he's doing. He is getting it. Where's this money going? So now, you know what? Money. time where always is good cereal. It's with little blueberries in it. Pretty good pop. Well, he has a certain account. He has his girlfriend who has the access code. But no, he's getting it. My understanding is that you have to be convicted if they're going to do anything about you. And that'll happen if it does after the legal case is over and sentence him. Question is, can they do that? Here. Okay. There we go. Finish my cereal. I'm fast. Right. Time will tell. It's up to the system where he goes. Well, it is up to me on the cases, but it's the case. But like I said, that's not going to happen. Making his comments on when his girlfriend comes on the show out of his mouth. Oh man, really has, doesn't he? Big time. Big time. Well, he has it out for everybody to make his show. If somebody removed themselves from the member glued. One horse says, well, at least his girlfriend gets a bit. I don't know what their arrangement is. I really don't know. I don't really care, really. But he's got something worked out with her. Money on her sorry store. And making these little fucking rags. Like a half a fucking peso a piece. I mean, Jesus Christ. Damn. I guess. That's desperation. But I don't know. Her mind, she's got money. She's got money. Now, when did she own a house? She's living on her parents' property. And there's a structure on that property that she's saying it, or her sister kept on, she wrote on the comment section. Who said it's not? Sorry, Star. And for what it's not something to write about. But somebody like Barry, that's like an oasis. But his idea was, try to marry the woman, get him into the family, and if she gets to own anything, that he figured he's going to get part of that pie. Look out for himself, nobody else. Do you remember he's always saying that he don't date the whole point? Is it not? All for his benefit. God, I hate talking about this shit all the time. I guess my show, we got to talk about current events on YouTube. It kind of seems that way. I'll tell you that up front. It really isn't. The only way people seem to come to my show, we talk about, or even to donate. Looking for a handout, folks. I'm looking for he's looking for a handout. Nobody owes me anything, but he feels that the world owes him. He owes everybody money. They don't owe him anything. And nobody on here even owes me anything. So when they donate, they're doing it because they like what I have to say. It's the way everybody puts a gun to anybody's head on here to make a donation to this show. Like this guy, it's an expectation for him that the world, because he just can't cut it on the income he makes, Whitehorse says that Barry is content with a bottle of Jack and a pack of, well, no, it's not Marlboro, 3-foot-long Mighty Whites. Time to go. Next court date for the BOGO is according to John Blaze. So John Blaze is still trying to fuck with me, right? Anyone wanting to meet in person can go to the hearing and meet. No, you can't go in a hearing. You can't walk in a courtroom. My own girlfriend cannot even come into the courtroom when there's a session unless she's a key witness or something. Nobody could come in the courtroom. Why does... That's all you got to talk about, John Blaze? Do you have any individuality? Do you have any personality that you could actually put out on your show, except boasting about what you own as far as, you know, the blah blah? Why would you want to follow that anyway? There we go. Much. Now, nobody could enter the courtroom unless you're a witness or a key witness. You have to be subpoenaed. What an idiot. You can't just show up at a courtroom. It doesn't work that way. I told you, not even my own partner, unless she could actually come, she has to sit outside in the courtroom. They don't let everybody in there. They let some lawyer trainees, you know, whatever, come in there sometimes to system and how it works and all that shit. They let them and stuff like that. But no, you can't just walk. You got to be subpoenaed. Nope, can't do that. Try. It's not going to work. Who cares? Everybody business, like it's going to bed at night. Put no food on your table. Be worried about your own life. Take care of your own life. You have a lot of void, I'm sure. Once you take care of that, you might live a better life that way. Not trying to relive or live like that thing to have to do. Here. Whose song was that? Where do we go from here? Now that all of our children have grown up here. What song is that? That was on my mind. It's a good song, actually. And it's actually something that parents face all the time. That's why I like that song. Your kids have grown up and you've been together raising a child. And where do we go from here? Some couples split up. Some couples stay together only because of the fact of raising their child and then had problems, whatever they wind up, you know, they did. I can't remember who the song was from. Where do we go from here? Children have grown up. Something to that effect. Because I'm like a one-liner on the lyrics. Every song. There's not many songs out there I don't know some of the lyrics, but it's usually a one-liner. Oh, hold on a minute, man. Hold on a minute. You want to come out? Come out. Okay. All right. Pardon me, Apollo and Zeus there, okay? That's it. Thank you very much. Okay, girls. Hey, enough. You did your job. Thank you. These dudes, they come up with some good shit, actually. In fact, it says my chat was temporarily disconnected. So am I okay now? I hope so. We got 33 strong in here still. That's pretty good. We had a couple of donations, or at least John Blaze donated something. I don't understand that at all. I think it's his way of smacking me in the face. He'll throw a couple of paltry little bucks to me as a way of slapping me in the face. You know? But already he's talking about this Bogo case. He can't get it off his mind. Surely you've got more going on in your life, Larry Evans, than to have to go in a fucking court case. What now? Okay. Good time. Down Apollo. Down Zeus. Oh my God, Magnum. Sweet God. No sign of Chris and Sabu. You're right. Look, it's not like he was my favorite person. I want you to understand that. Chris was notorious his own way. He was not. I'll tell you that on the spinning. This was not. Hell no. Hell no. Who is innocent on here anyway? I'm not totally innocent of everything myself. I'm not innocent of everything on here, but I don't go as far as these people do. And basically, what I put out comes from their show. So how could it be not real if the material I talk about comes off put on camera? So how is that? How is that lying? How is that even possible? Come on, folks, show your appreciation, man. 'Tis the season to be jolly, baby. You know, hey, I get charged up, man. When people make donation on my show, yeah, man, I get a charge out of that. Because every little shit adds up, man, at the end of the month. With the AdSense and all that. It doesn't come out to a lot of money. But, you know, like one drop of water, it's nothing. You had enough drops, you got a pond, you know. I have no grandiose expectations on my show. Hell no. I just hope that people appreciate my show and they show it. That's all. I'll get a parrot to say this over and over again, or just get a tape recording. But yeah, I do appreciate what people do. Absolutely, it doesn't go unappreciated. It does, and I don't matter what they donate to the show. It's insignificant. You know, the fact that they're digging it, man. They like my show, and that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters to me. Just his way of saying, hey, dude, right on, brother. I like what you have to say. I like listening to your show. Okay, end of topic on Super Chats. That's where we'll go on that. I'm not going to dwell on that. You know what? That's all I can tell you. That's it. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, there's not really that much going on YouTube, to be honest with you. It's just the same shit. I guess Ricky's girlfriend. Oh, like that wasn't going to happen. I don't know, man. I just, okay. What I don't understand is just hip skip bad or something. Why do you spin your wheels like that? I mean, his idea of retirement is different than mine. Yeah. Oh, GVG said earlier, it's crazy. I've known that split as soon as their kids hit 18. Well, they raise their kids and they stay together. I think that's what happened with my mom and dad, actually. She waited till we were pretty much on our own. We were grown up and all that stuff, you know. Change of life. In fact, it happened during a change of life. In fact, you know what a change of life is. How ironic. Or how coinky dinky is that? Oh, man, I got to tell you, man. You got a woman and she goes through menopause. It's well known that sometimes their personalities could totally change, man. They could turn into a Karen or worse. I don't know what's worse than a Karen, really. But that's a topic all itself that I always enjoy talking about. Karens, man. I see a lot of this shit on these Facebook feeds. Have you noticed that? And it's always some black. Most of them are all these black women. And we're not being racist here. It just turns out to be the biggest women from the feeds that I see on Facebook. No, you never argue with a black woman. You're not going to win the argument. You're just not. I mean, their husbands go through this. You can imagine. They stay with the women because they got kids to grow up. So I'm out of here, man. I can't live with this Karen anymore. I don't blame the guy. I don't care what color he is. I don't blame any guy that has a woman that's a fucking Karen. But you got kids to raise, right? You know? So they wait till the kids are a certain age. Jivagichi says, I've seen men hardcore cougar. I just hope mine doesn't. Jeez Christ. That wouldn't be good. I'll be back on the Xanax again. I'm actually off it. I take Benadryl when I go to bed to help with my sleep. That's all I was doing with the Xanax. Yeah. It really wasn't even being serving for any kind of anxiety. Really, that was rare. It's just the only thing that kind of helped me try to go to sleep. And now I went to Benadryl, which is an antihistamine. You could also take hydroxyzine. That's an antihistamine that could work. You could take stuff like that. But hell, I'd be on a fucking Xanax in no time at all. If she went through menopause and became real bitchy, I'd be popping them like fucking M&Ms. One of my neighbors, Chifikichi says, one of my neighbors, his wife, started banging a friend of her son when she hit. Damn. Go. Imagine that. That could be scary, man. They have a totally different personality. Like all the multiple personalities. Probably worse. I don't know. I don't know if it's worse. But we got people figured that out. So. Yeah. Yeah, things have been, I'm glad to say. Definitely need to get these, but my activities pretty much has been starting to work out. See me in about 6 months or so. Maybe you might see a big change to me, actually. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get into the hand weights more, but I may or may not decide to buy a weight bench. Not for nothing, but I want to work on the pecs and other muscles. Do it without putting strain on my fucking 3 hernias in my life. Not as bad as the yellow man had, but I've had my entire life, I've had 3 inguinal hernias, and 2 of them were actually direct incisions, and 1 of them, the last, laparoscopically done, and then they got to use a mesh. Some people are very skeptical about the mesh. I think used a polyethylene mesh, and what that basically is like a screen. And what they do is where the break of the opening in the muscle tissues occurred, where the intestine is going to try to protrude through. What this does, it keeps everything in. Now, over time, you're going to have nerves, muscle, fat tissue that grows and intertwines with this meshing. To some people, that can cause problems, but shit, I had this done so many years ago. Yeah, believe me, you don't. You don't want to have to go through that shit. But if you have to, it's not a big deal. They do everything laparoscopically these days. It doesn't leave any more scars. I got a faint scar down there about 4 inches long, pink, clearly. But if you really take a look, you could see it's not on my face. So I could live with that. But yeah, you gotta, especially as you get older, you gotta watch what you lift, especially I don't know, any muscular problems and stuff like that. You don't want to jeopardize that any more than you have to. Okay, if your discs are out of alignment, the cushion between your discs are worn out. You could get down from bone to bone. You're going to be in big trouble. Me, well, I would certainly have to take care of that. Jifikichi, its procedures can be done. Yeah, interesting, really. Just like when you go for a colonoscopy, he goes in there with a camera and it has these little, that if you had it, lucky I didn't have any polyps. Every 3 years you do that, and they could decide colon, whether you have colon cancer or, now the polyps they have to get rid of. So during that procedure, they automatically do that, even without your permission. They automatically do that because that's why they get rid of polyps for a long time, but it could actually turn cancerous. We have Brevis, the richest YouTuber on here. Well, if that was, he's walking around with these 2 big ugly lesions on his face, and he told me that runs in his family because he's light-skinned. So, what? He's the richest YouTuber on. Well, if he got the money, he's taking care of that. He says it runs in his family too. Not that I give a shit what happens to him, but I've mentioned a couple of times. I said, well, man, you should take care of that shit. I've had it right near my nose, and I monitor everything on my face now. I get this little keratosis on my forehead now and then, or here and there. Keratosis is basically kind of a dry. It's almost like a skin tag or something. It's kind of similar, but they generally, and you could get them removed, frozen off, or whatever. But they could turn into basal, whatever. It could turn into squamous at some point. So what you do is if you've got on his face, what the fuck's wrong with him, man? More money than anybody on. Go to hospital. You got a child to think about. Damn. Go take care of it, man. You got the money, right? Big time, right? California, spend it. Get this ugly motion too while you're at it. All right, folks. Session here, 1 hour and 45 minutes. There was at least one donation I know of. I don't know. Who else wants to donate now? So I can tell you. Good. We had a great party for several of our kids. Because of some obligation with school. But we had some good people come over here. Plenty of food. Not everything to eat. But, you know, I put together a plate. I even had some cake. Who said you can't have your cake? I ate it. Damn well I did. I got my cake, and the cake wasn't bought by anybody else. It wasn't free. You better usual. Of course you are. If it wasn't true, come on, guys. I guess I could leave off by saying, of course, don't believe everything you hear on YouTube. Some people get pretty desperate. They're going to say things out of desperation. Fact is, and you guys basically proved it to me. Prove it to call his girlfriend a whore. Never said that. And there's a guy that was on Ricky's show last night who was using my name. The moderators on there took him off when they realized and saw his about section that it wasn't me, and he was saying a whole bunch of shitty things. So I believe this guy probably something, but it wasn't me. I'm not that stupid. I'm not that stupid to say something like that against her boyfriend. You think I'm going to call her a prostitute or a whore? It wouldn't help me at all. So henceforth, I never said that. Cat handled. Either me or it's okay. Can't be both. Can't be. Anyway, I'm going to be out of here. Thanks for your contributions and your time. I got to go work out. I usually try to do that. The time I devote to my devoted viewers on here. For my exercise. That's got to be worth something, guy. On the next show and dig beneath the surface, folks, okay? Make it an outlandish. Them, guys. Thank you, Jiffy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, Gogo Bobas. Donate. A couple of people I think that did. And we appreciate your generosity no matter what it is you send. Idea. Next show.